Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvonne, and I will be posting a video every day. For this journey so far has been a reminder to me that I am on my right path, whether it is the path of moving, the path of being my true self, the path of taking steps to better myself. I am on the right path. Me and Bear got three on the clock, and I looked it up, and it means 3-3 is a reminder you are on the right path. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, meant to be. You have been guided. You have been guided to this place, and the purpose of it is to help you learn, grow, and succeed. You are in this place in your life for a reason. You are not supposed to be anywhere else. And to me, this is very big because another way that we disconnect from ourselves is we beat ourselves up. We have a lack mindset, and we feel like perhaps jealous of people, or perhaps that we should be doing better. When I've had to learn, due to my struggles that I put myself in, as well as the struggles that just were unnecessary related to my childhood, I had to come to the belief of everything is meant to be. Everything is happening for a higher purpose, higher reason, related to your growth, your evolution, your change, and your success. For I know we all know that if you didn't experience certain things in your life, you would not be who you are today. For example, I feel like I'm meant to be hardened, and my childhood really hardened me. It has made me become distrusting and very choosy with my energy. I don't give my energy to anyone. And if the divine, the universe, my guides are telling me not to do, hang out, say, da-da-da-da-da, whatever they say, I follow through in. And they've been saying to do this video for a while, but they also have been very patient with me and letting me take my time in healing and for self-forgiveness. Because I feel like that's what was keeping me stuck, is I didn't forgive myself for exploiting myself. I didn't forgive myself for being mean and vicious to people. And thanks to self-compassion, I have learned to know myself enough that I understand myself and that I can be gentle and kind towards myself in those moments where I am becoming edgy, or froggy, as I like to call it, where I yell obscenities and threats at the top of my lungs, where I smash my beautiful hands in. I am a rageaholic. I am a proud rageaholic. I would also say I'm a recovering rageaholic. I have been a rageaholic since I was a young child. In my childhood, it was, crying is not okay. But smashing a hole in the wall and telling someone they're a fucking cunt is okay. But crying isn't okay. Because if you're crying, you're weak. And you're not allowed to be weak. I'm very grateful I have dismantled that belief. And I cry anytime I feel necessary. Crying, tears are power. The 2 years of my healing journey, has had me in many places, like crying fetal position on the floor, crying because that is one way we release our emotions. That is one way we connect to ourselves and see the disconnection has us, I feel like, I'm not going to get into that because that's definitely for another video related to gang stalking, being a chosen one, people being vexed by your light, people being jealous of you having the ability to love yourself enough to put yourself first, to do better for yourself, One thing I really like to mention is quitting alcohol. Or, for example, I have not smoked weed for 2 days. And the biggest picture to point out for me is that I have been smoking weed since I was 13 years old. Since I was 13 year old, I'm now 25. Me and my friends, you know, we'd get off school and we'd have our bong in our backpack and we'd put our change together, our literal change, and we'd go get a gram of weed and we'd smoke it and we'd laugh and fishy lips, I remember it's something else. Hey Denise, you remember? Your fishy lips? I'll never forget that because that was fucking hilarious. I'm reading about, here, let me show you. Oh, my beautiful hair is got a mind of its own. I'm super grateful. Here's a funny fact about me is I get a little crazy, obviously, and I feel like I want to chop my hair off. And then I'm like, no, I can't chop my hair off. So instead I chop my shirts off. Oh, ribs. Instead I chop my shirts up. So as you can see, the shirt is chopped up. And it's chopped up. But I do not want to chop off my hair. And here comes Bear. I think he's coming back. Hi, Bear. Hello. I really wanted to videotape what it is like when I first walk in the house after a night out at my lover's. I walk in the house and they all just love me. It's so nice to feel loved, especially when you're living in a house where the humans don't particularly love you. They may love you because love is the universal language, but they do not desire to be your friend. They do not desire to listen to anything you have to say, especially if it's about bettering themselves. I have come to the conclusion that I want better for my family. I want my family, you know, to see their light, not to be trapped like me when I was trapped in my fixed mindset, my lack mindset, my mindsets that were limiting, my behaviors that were limiting, my thoughts that were limiting, and I really try to like get on top of my family and try to be like, no, think positive, and don't you realize that your thoughts control your reality? And they be hating real hardcore. Not directly, obviously, because nobody's as hateful as me. Like, when I'm hateful, I'm direct about it. I'll call you a fucking coward, as is why I came onto the YouTube to speak of how I'm the fakest coward I know, related to I was hiding my shadow of being an ex-sex worker, my shadow of being a very evil, bullying, menacing person. I have quite the shadow, and I love my shadow because it is my duality. And my duality is what makes me realize my light and my love and my kindness, as much as you better watch out when I be froggy. You better watch out when I be menacing and threatening, because I, like I've said, could be charged for uttering threats. But I truly feel like it's meant to be. The rage I feel, the anger I feel is due to injustices, things that are unjust. There are so many injustices going on in the world. Do we even have human rights? I don't believe we do. I believe we are comfortable in our prison, especially if you live in a place like Canada or the USA, or I don't really know other first world countries, yes. But anytime someone bitches or complains, or anytime I'm feeling like lack, I really go back and think about, what about the third world countries where their leaders are mustard gassing their people? Their leaders are, that's for another video. But the injustices are beyond comprehension, and I have a voice and I will speak for the voiceless. I feel like that's one of my biggest missions, is that I have a voice, and I've always used my voice. I remember back in my childhood, there was this weird situation in a foster home where I was like super rebellious, and I never listened, because in my family home, like, you know, I could do whatever I want, I could go wherever I want, like, I could be out at 3 a.m., da-da-da-da-da. Obviously, in these foster homes, it's very different, so I had a hard time following to their will. So they actually sedated me and my brothers and sisters with pills, because we were so unruly. And, like, I used to think I'm shy, and I'm this, and I'm that, but it was really just a trauma response. I'm not shy at all. I am choosy with my energy and choosy with who I decide to hang out with, but I'm not shy. I will speak my mind, and I will speak my mind till the day I die. I feel like I'm going into modernism. Let's be a victim here, but I will sacrifice myself for the people, because the government is obviously not doing that for its people. They are actually throwing the people under the bus. I just had the thought of, they're raping the citizens. They're raping their citizens. But I guess that's what humans do. We like to kill and rape. Or at least the unevolved ones do. I struggle with rageaholism, I was saying. And I've struggled with this since I was a kid. I, like, punched my dad at a work dinner at 3. I was running down the street at 5 saying, fuck you, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I've been off the hinge since I was first born. Actually, to get so off the hinge, my mother went to the hospital at 5 o'clock p.m. on December 1st. And I was born at 5:08. I wanted to get the fuck out of there, and I did not want to go back. Oh my god, did I just? Okay. You guys could possibly, I don't have bronze, so you could get a tit pit. Got pits, but a tidbit of my tit. That's so funny, I'm so fucking funny. Being a rageaholic is hard, because honestly, it used to be a lot worse. I used to be so mentally unstable that when I started raging, I literally couldn't stop. This was like in grade 10. I'm now fully graduated. I have my diploma, all that good shit. But I was like smashing a pan, and I just couldn't stop. And then I had other things to do that day, but because of my outburst, I wasn't able to complete the tasks that were needed to be done that day. So I canceled. But that is what it used to be like. I used to have a raging episode, and then I was down for the rest of the day. I couldn't accomplish anything else. But I also wasn't able to bring myself back. So now I'm about to rage, I'm thinking about raging, and I'm able to either shut down, go and an anger management move is go for a walk, get out of the house. Anywhere that is raging, making you rage, get the fuck out of there, because it's bound to continue making you feel that way if you haven't, I would say, created new association related to. Not many things affect me anymore, for I feel like people are trying to fuck with me. I think since I was a very young child, me and my brother were talking about this. Since we were very young childs, it seems like people have just keep fucking with us, trying to tell us what to do. Now we wait, you know. But I digress. And yeah, I just feel like people have always been trying to fuck with me, and I still feel like today they're still trying to fuck with me, and like I just know now, like I'm aware of what they're trying to do. I'm aware of whatever they're projecting onto me as a reflection of themselves. My grandma always told me this amazing thing, which is do not take the knife. You have an emotional house. your emotional house, okay? Now, you're standing on your front step and somebody's throwing knives at you. It is your choice to take the knife and stab yourself with it, or throw the knife down and say, no, that's yours, that's not mine, thanks for trying, later. So that's kind of where I've come to. That's the position I'm at. I shut down. I do not put up with bullshit. I have boundaries up the yin-yang, and I will not fold. For my peace, my growth, my expansion, my success is the only thing I'm worried about. Let's call it selfish, but in the past, I was so loyal to my family that I thought somehow I could help them. I was helping them, but in reality, it was to my detriment. It was not for my benefit. And of course, they were benefiting from whatever I was giving. They were benefiting from whether it was me paying rent every month, or me giving them advice and support, or me giving money and weed, like whatever it possibly was. I wasn't benefiting, but they were. And I didn't see that because I was so loyal. I didn't see that. I was so loyal, that I didn't see that. And I'm really grateful now that I see that a lot of people don't have your best interest in mind. And this brings me back to, you are on the right path. Anything that you feel like was a mistake is not a mistake. It was a bigger lesson. The universe likes to show you who you are. And they need to do that by showing you who you aren't. And that is why if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I fucked up, that was a mistake, I regret that, stop. Look at how it was a lesson. Look how it changed you. Look how it made you evolve, expanded your mind. There are no fuck-ups. There are no mistakes. There are only lessons. And that is a conviction I will hold till the day I die. And that is self-compassion. And that is self-love. And that is self-care. Which are my favorite things in the whole world. Oh, wow, look at me. 17:17 on the clock. I love angel numbers. I am not good at math, but I am deeply good at understanding the symbolic meaning behind numbers. Thank you so much, once again, for listening to my ramble. I hope I didn't scramble your brain too much. Feel free to like, feel free to share, feel free to subscribe, or feel free to take the fuck off and not do any of those things and just keep watching. I don't mind, because I'll keep posting just for me. This is all for me. Everything I do is for me. Say it's selfish, call it selfish, but I'm on the right path, and I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, and I want you to know the same, that you are on the right path, and you are exactly where you're meant to be. Connect to yourself, for that is the biggest power move, connecting to yourself, loving yourself, caring for yourself. It all starts within, and then it starts without. And I've been working for 2 years to reprogram and reparent my mind, to reprogram and reparent my inner child. And oh boy, I am so grateful for this. And I am so grateful for my guides and my expansion and my continued rawness. Maybe I'm too raw for you. Maybe I'm too untraditional. Well, maybe I'm actually just triggering something in yourself that you desire to do. So fuck the fear and follow your inner guidance. Whether that is your higher self, your intuition, your soul, your life force, your spirit guides, your ancestors. Find some stillness, 1919, find some stillness and connect with yourself. For you are your skeleton key. For you are your trapdoor. For you are your cheerleader. For you are your best friend. For you are your confidant. For you are the only one who's going to pull you out of your mess and save you. Only you. Only you can save you. I just want to start talking to me and be like, yeah, only you can save you. You know, talking to yourself in third person is actually very good for your confidence. And I'm obviously beaming with confidence. But, much love. Thank you for listening to me ramble. And I will be back for another. Hopefully it's outside, because I got some beautiful brown eyes. And you can see them a lot better outside.